I'm gonna have a little chat with them, catch up on stuff and some of their recollections, turn it over your questions. Just remember the 3 guidelines. You get 1 question. Questions have to be 2 words, everybody, the entire panel, no individual questions or any of that stuff, and no requests for line readings, character voices, and stuff like that. So, does that all sound good to you? All right, please welcome our first guest. He is a veteran voice actor and is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most prolific video game voice actor in the world. His body of work includes, and make some noise if I mention something you like, Cowboy Bebop, Wolverine and the X-Men, Big O, and of course, the incredibly undervalued Giant Robo. Don't worry if you've never heard about it, but I will always tease him with this. Today he joins us as the voice of Imperial newscaster Alton Castle and, probably more famously as Ghost Crew member Garrus Amarelios, better known as Zeb. Please welcome Steve Blum! Or any way you like, that's me too. And next, she is an actress whose roles include Young Justice, The Internship, and of course, The Good Place. Today she joins us as the voice of Force-sensitive Mandalorian Sabine Wren. Please welcome Tiya Sircar! And next, she is an actress whose credits include Young Justice, Harley Quinn, Star Trek Lower Decks, yes, she's done Star Trek and Star Wars, and Guardians of the Galaxy animated series. Today she joins us to discuss the role of Twilight pilot Hera. Please welcome Vanessa Marshall! And finally, he is an actor and writer whose body of work includes The Vault, Waltz Before Mickey, and Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures. Today he joins us to discuss the role of Jedi Padawan Ezra Bridger. Please welcome Taylor Gray! Friends, thank you for joining us here this weekend in Ocala.
Thanks for having us.
No, our pleasure, Everybody's on, should be on, so me too. So what I would love to do is, I would just love to hear how each of you got involved with this really remarkable series. What was the auditioning process like? Was it under a code name, like a lot of Star Wars projects are? And when you got the role, what did they tell you up front, if anything?
You want to start down there?
Yeah, I've told this story before. This is
well, it's the origin story. I get it out of the way. Yeah.
It was codenamed Wolf. We can all imagine why. Dave Filoni loves wolves. And I am a genius who was like, oh, I'm for sure reading for the Jungle Book. It's Mowgli. I know exactly what I'm doing. Even though in the script there were like light swords.
Sun swords.
And they were using not the Force, but a power or energy. And I was like, it's just Baloo. It's gotta be Baloo. And so I think we all probably auditioned, sent in tapes, and then at some point met with Dave and Disney and the creators, and then we did these shorts, and we were kind of off to the races. But yeah, and then it was just a quick learning curve to learn from some of the best voiceover actors there are. So it was amazing, and I feel so fortunate to be a part of it.
These ones in particular.
Yes, well, yeah, it was called Project Wolf, and there were sun swords mentioned, and everything is a metaphor for Star Wars for me. So luckily, everything I projected onto the script worked in my favor. And I got a call back, and I remember I saved the parking pass because I thought this is as good as my life is ever going to get, is to be that close to Dave Filoni. Because I walked in and I said, oh, that's what a sun sword is, you know, when I saw him, and I did my call back, and there was a Twi'lek on the wall, and I'm freaking out. My mind's racing with storylines and this and that, and anyway, yeah, so it worked out, and I remember when my agent called, she actually asked if I needed a paramedic because I was hyperventilating and sobbing tears of joy. I was so grateful to be a part of it. And when we first got there, they did give us kind of a Bible with, you know, sort of, this is your spaceship, this is where you sleep. I was dying. And they gave us lunch. Like, wait a minute.
Sushi, didn't
they? They had sushi.
Fancy
Like,
lunch.
I was just like, oh dear. Yeah, it was.
Sushi?
We had
Yeah,
sushi. Well,
you
you were in England.
England.
You-
I got
he
nutmeg.
wasn't. Anyway.
And I liked it.
Well, so we did the shorts, and yeah, I didn't really know Freddie at the time, and I was just so excited. It was really great.
Same, all of that. Like I auditioned for a show named Wolf. I was very, very new to voiceover world because I was primarily or almost exclusively an on-camera actor before then. And so this was one of my first like voiceover audition, for animation role, opportunities. And I did not have any inkling that it was Star Wars. And then like months went by. It was like a while, and so I had put it out of my mind. And then I got a phone call from my agent saying, "Hey, you remember that thing that you read for a few months ago?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you got it, and also it's Star Wars." And I was like, "What?" So that was a wonderful phone call to receive. And then yeah, I met. Well, you were in London, so we didn't meet him yet. And Taylor actually hadn't been cast yet. I think you were the last person to be cast.
We needed our Mowgli.
Yeah, we needed Mowgli. He was in the jungle. We had to go find him. So our very
There we go.
our first session was just Vanessa, Freddie, and myself doing those little interstitial shorts, and I was, basically just trying to act as though I belonged there and hope that nobody realized I shouldn't be and I didn't get fired. That was like my main objective.
Yeah, I auditioned from home, as I do for everything else. It was called Wolf. I had no idea what it was. Got the call back and went to Disney and sat in this room in front of all these people from Disney and Lucasfilm and was absolutely terrified, but I didn't really know what I was working on even then. And they wanted me to go through a whole litany of different dialects. So we tried German and Swedish and Italian and French, all these different things. And then they said, okay, fine, that sounds good. And I never thought I would book it. And so I went away. I was at a Transformers convention in Birmingham, England. And all of a sudden I get the phone call from my agent. She says, you booked this show and we need to get you out to a studio. So they brought me to this little private studio out in the suburbs. And there's this wonderful, sweet little old couple. They look like Ma and Pa Kettle, English version. They welcomed me in, stuck me in this really hot, sweaty booth upstairs. And I'm flipping through the pages and I'm looking at it and I just see stormtroopers on the pages and I went, oh shit, this is Star Wars. This is Star Wars! And I had...
First Star Wars anything?
No, I had been working...
You had done bits and pieces.
I was working on the games for years, for LucasArts. I've been working on Star Wars games since their inception, pretty much. Back before they were doing the Star Wars games, I did like Full Throttle and The Dig, things like that, but never on a show. So, yeah, and I've been a fan since 1977. I was their opening weekend for A New Hope. And so for me in that little sweaty booth in Birmingham, England, I was squeeing like a little fangirl and sweating and snotting all over myself. It was fantastic. And then I meet these guys months later and we get to work together and we fell in love and we're all a family. And I literally love them as much as I love, probably more than members of my own family.
Looking back on it, what's at one point in the series, maybe related to your character, maybe just watching that just really has struck a chord in you, when it happens, like, wow! It's that wow moment.
Oh.
Well, I think we all know what.
Well, there have been a few, actually, when I was Juba bait. That's kind of going back to what my actual function has been mostly in the industry, just being dragged underground. No, but I think it was in, I don't remember the name of the episode. You guys know the name of the episode. With Callus, when we first met on that moon. And, well, we hadn't first met. I think we had fought before that. But we were on that moon, and it was this episode where these two guys are really going through all of the pain and PTSD of their upbringing. And they're starting to heal and work together as a team. And that was, I had never done that in a cartoon before. That was intense and amazing and kind of life-changing in some ways.
What's the Sidney Poitier movie where they're chained together? Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine? No.
There's a City Poitiers movie, and they're enemies and they're chained
Enemy
together.
Mine, I think is what it was called.
Maybe.
It was Louis Gossett Jr. as the
Louis
alien
Gossett.
in Enemy Mine.
Oh, am I talking about a different movie? Okay.
Yeah, it
anyway,
might be a different movie.
It reminded me of that movie.
I think
That-
it was
that's-
based on that.
Oh, really?
I think
Which
so.
was actually based on a World War II
losing
movie called
that.
Hell in the Pacific.
Ah.
With Toshiro Mifune and Dirty Dozen. Lee Marvin.
That I didn't know.
Wow.
Okay, we all learned something today.
That's why I got this job. I know all this useless knowledge.
Well, I was at Star Wars weekends, and I don't know, Molly, where are you? Molly,
Right down there.
different Molly. That's Molly 1, and Molly, that Molly, also last name begins with an R, but she was my handler at Walt Disney World, and we're still friends. And the moment that I realized Molly is my lovely handler, if you come say hello to us, you'll meet Molly. Say hi, Molly. But Molly and Ryan are my dear friends, and I'm on stage with Chewbacca and Jar Jar Binks. Peter Mayhew, it was his birthday, and they had a Millennium Falcon birthday cake, and he had just had surgery to be able to walk and act in the first film that they were, sort of the latest versions with Disney. And he walked up and blew out the candles on his cake, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, James Arnold Taylor, had just given me mouse ears. And Chewbacca was my first action figure, and I tried to act normal, but I went into the bathroom after that and just started sobbing. And I know a lot of times we all, as we progress, children welcome, adulthood is interesting. Things get challenging, and sometimes you just think like, oh, how am I ever going to get through this? Sometimes you just never know. They say don't quit before the miracle happens. You just never know how wonderful your life can get. And it was at that moment that I guess that was my full circle moment. You said in that sweaty booth in Birmingham. For me, I'm sitting next to my first action figure as he's walking for the first time, blowing out candles on a Millennium Falcon. And Molly took me back to the hotel, and I just said to her, could you pull over for a minute? And she said, yeah. And I just looked at her and screamed and started sobbing. And that moment, I think we're bonded for life. You saw me at my most vulnerable, at my most grateful, at my most humble. And it just cracked my heart wide open. And to be given a Star Wars family like I have today with all of you, it's just, I feel beyond blessed. So I need to let you know how much you matter to me, and thank you. Oh my gosh, I got 2 pieces of candy.
We're doing this for candy?
Yo, let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Well, you say something. Everybody who asks a question stays in the rules. They get a piece of candy, and when you guys say something that tickles me, I give you a piece.
It's like the handshake on the
thank
British
you.
Viking show.
Yeah.
It's sour candy too, so I'm winning over here. All
I
right.
don't think I can follow up that. So
That's fair.
can you?
That's fair. Got a moment, an oh gosh moment from the show?
Oh gosh.
Oh, I misunderstood the question. What was the question?
The question was, is there a moment in the show that struck a chord with you? Okay, there's something maybe has something to do with your
when
character,
they
or
played.
a revelation, or...
Yeah, I was like, okay, we're doing Star Wars. Yeah. When they played James Earl Jones in the studio for us, like, that's not it. It sounded like I might have just yawned. Then I remember being like, okay, this is Star Wars. This is different. This is the coolest villain in all of cinema. Right, guys? So that was when it really became special. And I remember looking around at you guys like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here. This is crazy. But that was really cool, especially because James Earl Jones actually did it in Rebels. And that was very special.
Rest in peace. Mine is actually, when we got these jobs and signed on to this project, Dave Filoni and the writers had sort of tried to give us a preview of like, okay, this is what's your life is gonna be different now, and tried to enumerate in what ways, but there was really nothing that could really illustrate that, except for we went to San Diego Comic Con, and we had an audience of like 5,000 people, and not one single second of our show had aired yet. So we had this huge, it was incredible, and the amount of like love and support and enthusiasm for a show that nobody in the audience had actually watched yet that was like my first inkling of, or my first sort of idea that like, oh, okay, this is something much greater than myself and the five of us and even our show. Like the Star Wars fans that were there that day welcomed us into the Star Wars family in such a monumental, amazing way. That was kind of my first glimpse of what was to come. So thanks for being the best fandom in the galaxy.
Yes.
I have a quick question. I'm just curious, those of you who met us at Star Wars Weekends, can you raise your hand? Because look at how, I know, exactly, and I know you all from back then. It's so wonderful to see you that we're all still alive after the pandemic. No, I mean, I'm just so grateful to see you and hug you and be near you, but I mean, this isn't like just a hashtag. Like this friendship, this chosen family is a real thing. So I'm happy that you're all here, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's incredible.
As are we. Well, before I go out there and start taking some of their awesome questions, thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. And on behalf of myself and the audience and the fandom in general, I thank you all. I thank you for your talents and your professionalism, the performances you brought to these roles, and your collective body of work in general. You have all had wonderful careers, and you brought great entertainment across the board for so many projects, and thank you all for that.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, if you've been to these all day, you know how this goes. Alright, you want to do a lineup first? Whoever comes first, I'll give you 2 pieces. Okay, you came up pretty quick, alright. Hi, what is your name?
I'm Cheryl, and I did meet all of you at Star Wars Weekends. I know you remember that. I don't remember it.
I don't remember yesterday.
I do! I remember you!
I'm lucky I remember the wet pants.
Yes, but you remember.
I remember.
She says hello. She does
Hello.
Yeah. No, so Steve, you had just said that your favorite episode was, and I'm trying to remember it too, but no one else actually got to
Somebody here
answer
knows.
that question. Yeah, I know. I should just look it up on.
What is it?
Thank you. Honorable
Thank you.
ones. Honorable ones.
The Defiant
This is
Ones.
why.
That's the movie.
They're right.
I knew it was.
The Defiant ones when they're chained together.
So when it was that obviously it was.
The Defiant Ones.
Oh,
The Defiant Ones.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear up there either. I thought they were talking about...
Thank you.
I don't know
The
nothing.
Honorable Ones, which must have been based on or inspired by the Defiant Ones.
So the lesson is, don't listen to anything Steve says.
And only sometimes listen to what Tiya says. Sorry, please go on.
Alright, so what's the question?
The question is, no one else actually answered what your favorite episodes were for your characters.
I didn't ask that. I said, what was a moment that made you go, whoa?
But Steve did answer with an episode, but we did not get it from everyone else. But if
So
you
that-
say another one, go for it.
Okay, a moment that made me go whoa, which was also my favorite. Well, okay, I have a favorite episode as an actor and a favorite episode as a viewer. My favorite episode as a viewer is probably the series finale and the epilogue, which but as an actor, I would say Trials of the Darksaber was my favorite to do. Thanks, guys. It was the most challenging for sure. Certainly the most emotional and like the most vulnerable that Sabine had ever been or allowed herself to be. And so getting to record that one was really special.
I love Wings of the Master,
Woo!
where Hera flies a B-Wing. I've said that before. But also when Snips sees his eyes at the end, that's my favorite viewer moment, because that came full circle from Clone Wars and just ripped my heart out.
My favorite episode was A World Between Worlds. Yeah, I thought it was just time travel in Star Wars is pretty cool. And hearing like Princess Leia and everyone through the different portals is very
And
fun.
the animation in that episode
animation
is
is
insane.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love-
Thank you.
I love the one with the Purgles too, when they were first introduced.
yeah.
'Cause I love whales and space whales. I mean, it's two of the best things possible.
Hi, what's your name?
Elizabeth,
Hi.
Hi.
random question. What is your favorite book?
Oh,
The Little Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's up there.
Star Wars or,
I think favorite book, however you describe. Yeah.
well, Swan's Way by Proust is good, but so is A New Dawn.
Oh my gosh, I have too many favorites.
I know I have too many in my head too. 4 Agreements for me.
No.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Green eggs and ham. Tia, you can just say it.
I have too many like favorites
You
in
can say it,
different
Tia.
genres, but gosh, Unbearable Lightness of Being.
Kundera.
Oh, you like that, did you?
Yeah, that's good. Up there with green eggs and ham.
Same storyline.
Yeah,
Similar,
exactly.
Good one. There you go. What's your favorite book?
Alex Hawk books.
All right.
Oh.
Fair. I'll take it. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Oh, hello. So, touching a little bit on whenever Kenan Jarrus gets his sight back at the very end. We're watching that as a viewer. How did that hit you, impact you, watching it?
I couldn't hear the first part of that.
When Kenan Jarrus gains his sight back and he's pushing everybody away to safety.
Well, here's the thing. You read that on the page and it's like, oh, that's devastating. But then you see what Lucasfilm Animation does. Speaking of cracking your heart wide open, that was some of the most beautiful animation I've ever seen in my life. The colors that go down in that scene, just all the feels, it was really devastating. Yeah, you can't even imagine how good it would be until you actually see it, even though you've read it on the page. I don't know, do you think?
Also, like all things Kanan related, you know, that was all a very emotional time for all of us as a cast because as you can probably tell, we love each other very much. We spent a lot of time together making the show because we were very fortunate that, you know, Dave Filoni or Lucasfilm and Disney insisted that not insisted, but they had us record as a cast, which is pretty unusual nowadays in voiceover world. Losing Kanan also meant, sorry, spoiler alert, but losing, I feel like
Wait, what?
the statute of limitations
Yes,
has run out for
we
that,
are
right?
past that.
Yeah.
We are past
but, you know, losing Kanan also meant losing Freddie for us, and so all of it was very heavy and you knew. Yeah, it was very emotional. So it was like not just watching it as a viewer and the storyline and Kanan, but also layers upon layers of our personal feelings about the voice actor who played Kanan and our relationship with him. So.
Well, and we watched that together at Disney. They sat us down, we watched that together, and I remember during that moment, I was just sobbing through the whole episode, and so I could barely even focus on what was happening on the screen. It's like, am I really seeing this? This is crazy. I shouldn't feel, this is a cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that made me more emotional than almost anything else I've ever watched. It was insane. And we got to do that together as a family. That was really cool.
Great question. Thank you. Hi. What's your
Taylor
name?
didn't care at all.
Emily.
What you got, Em?
We know that there's a lot of very important life lessons to learn about Rebels. Which ones with your specific characters hit you guys the most?
You guys are bringing it with the questions, by the way. These are not questions we get often or ever. What life lessons have each of us learned from our characters?
Never trust a droid.
What are
surprisingly prescient.
What are the quotes of like, you can only go so far alone, but together even further? The many different iterations of that, of like realizing, especially for Ezra, that by joining up with other people and being vulnerable and trusting and having faith, it opens up a whole nother world of possibilities. And I think that's something that for all of us in our own lives, it can be tough. But when you are willing to open up to other people, there's just such a wealth of possibility, and it's so beautiful. And I think the chosen family theme of Rebels connects with a lot of people. So I would say that. And then for Star Wars in general, the message of hope is just so cool because we all need hope always, now and forever. And I connect with that that idea of just holding on to hope despite what is in your face.
I think Hera learns kind of an important lesson when she says, I thought there would be more time. And what I took away from that, of course I've loved the chosen family, and we really do have a chosen family, but I also, while I admire Hera's focus on the very high stakes at hand, she didn't connect with someone that she lost as much as she would have liked, and that reminded me to try to have more work-life balance and let people know that they matter all the time. So that really meant a lot to me. Yeah.
I think I would say, well, the idea of, I don't know if you said vulnerability, but like that it's okay to allow yourself to be vulnerable, even someone as strong and capable and smart and, you know, kick-ass as Sabine.
Which character?
Do you see what I have to deal with? Do you see this?
This is real. This happens all day.
And then beyond that, I think for Sabine specifically, I genuinely am like her #1 fan and find her so inspirational. But just that, like, fighting the good fight is never not the right thing to do. And despite like adversity or naysayers, like being passionate about something and fighting for those who can't fight for themselves, or fighting for the underrepresented, or people who are at risk is always like a noble cause, and to not let critics keep you from doing that. And I think that I look to her for inspiration in that way.
Did you learn anything from it besides good taste in cosplay?
Good taste.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, everything that goes on in Rebels with all like the family really like reminds me of my family, even though we're not like a found family, like whatever, but everything that goes on, like Vanessa, you and Hera, like you remind me so much of my mom.
Oh, you must have a really good mom.
In the way that, like, listening to the Part of Rebellion, you and Taylor are bickering, I'm like, oh my god, me and my brother had the same fight yesterday. Like,
And it's clearly not acting, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Name's Julian, my friend. All right, so first off, big fans of you guys. Thank you very much. Ever since Dave Filoni started working on live-action works, such with Mr. Blum reprising your role as Zeb for Mandalorian, or you three getting your recasts for the live-action Ahsoka series, which, in my opinion, they did such amazing work. My question is, what are your guys' thoughts on your live-action adaptations? Like, did you meet the cast? Is there an in-depth analysis, or do you think Chopper's going to commit more war crimes in Ahsoka Season 2?
Well, they've never seen it, so that's correct. I mean, I've seen it, and I was, as a fan, I was very happy to get more information, you know, as to where Ezra went and all that stuff. Yeah, it was very exciting to see those characters translate from animation into live action. And my ex-husband Andrew Kishino is the voice of Saw Gerrera, and he was played by Forrest Whitaker. And it's lovely in this sort of Star Wars family that we have. Forrest was so kind. He came up to me at a Chicago celebration, and he said, "Hey, Vanessa, how's Andrew doing?" And I was like, I called Kish, and I was like, dude, Forrest Whitaker knows your name. So, I mean, they really do care. And Mary Elizabeth Winstead was at New York Comic Con, and I was going to be there. I've never met her, but she wanted to take photographs and do photo ops with me, or yield some of her time. So I look forward to meeting her, and it's just great to have a nice, huge Lucasfilm family.
Hi, what's your name?
Nicole. First of all, I love the podcast,
Thank
Rebellion.
you.
It's great. Everyone should listen to it.
Ah, thank you.
Second of all, my question is, if your character could describe their relationship with Chopper in one word, what would be the word?
Problematic.
Cuddly. That's it.
Perfect. Carabas.
There you go. Thank you.
You look great, by the way.
You have a question?
Look at you.
Well, I'll tell you what. We are just about at time. So you're gonna be our last question. So how about this?
Oh,
Why don't you come up to the stage and ask them right in front of them? You wanna do that? All right, come on up. What's your name?
Bobby.
Bobby. Everybody say hello to Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Why don't you come on up, Bobby? Yeah, step, and step, and step, and step, and step, and step. And hey, Bobby. So Bobby, what's your question you want to ask them?
Question, what makes your family strong?
Ooh.
Bobby coming in with the
Right.
heavy hitting
Philosophical.
What makes your family strong?
Love and Melu runs.
And trust in each other and in ourselves.
Listening.
And a little bit of the force.
Bobby, what do you think makes a family strong?
I think makes a family strong is your kind heart.
Where are your parents, Bobby?
Wonderful sentiment. Here, I have a blue and a green one.
You guys are doing.
Well, Bobby. All right. So, panelists, what's on everybody's docket? Does anybody have any projects you may be allowed to share with us?
Well, we do want to invite everyone to join us on our Star Wars Rebels Rewatch podcast. If you come by and see us, we have little cards for you with a QR code to go and subscribe. You can listen to us. Literally, the bickering that you just heard between the two of them goes on all the time.
We also have amazing guests.
Yes, Steve Blum.
Guests on our podcast,
Yes.
such as the incomparable Steve Blum and
Yes.
Dee Bradley Baker and
Ashley
and
Dante.
James Arnold Taylor. So
Yes.
it's fun. We just basically
Hello there.
rewatch episodes and talk about them and sometimes get into arguments. Not all of us, just a few of us.
But what we wanted to do was bring this kind of fun energy that we have at cons. Not everyone can get to a con, so we wanted to have a con between the cons, and so it's a great way for us to keep hanging out. And so we hope that we can, stay connected in that way. So come see us. We'll give you the QR code, and we'll stay connected. Thank
It's
you.
super fun. I have some of the cards at my table too, guys. So if you're there, grab one, please.
Thank you.
And I just found out yesterday that I can say that I'm Tank Dempsey coming back for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So get to splatter some more meat sacks.
Nice. Yeah, I have a project that I'm working on that's not announced yet, but if you go to my website, vanessamarshall.com, you can follow me on socials, and I'll tell you as soon as I can. Good news.
You have stuff.
You have a bunch of stuff.
You got stuff?
Potter Rebellion at Potter Rebellion.
Pod of Rebellion, that is the name of the podcast.
Are you not
yes.
going to do your stuff? All right, well, I'll do my stuff.
Okay, and if you're interested in learning voice actor, go to bloomboxstudios.com.
Yes. And I have a show coming out soon, I hope in spring, on Amazon Prime called Scarpetta, based on a book series called Scarpetta. And it is quite a departure from Rebels and Sabine Wren, but it's juicy. It's a juicy show. So if you like mystery and Nicole Kidman, then please watch.
Awesome.
Very
Thank
nice.
you, guys.
And one final question before we go. Do y'all want to take a picture of this wonderful audience?
Yes, please.
All right, everybody. Here's what we're going to do. Invite everybody to come towards the stage. Not on the stage. Everybody come on up towards the stage.
Ocala, your cosplays are out of control. Amazing.
And Steve and I will be doing, I'll be doing a solo panel with him tomorrow at 2 o'clock here on this stage. So we'll be able to get into the weeds with his, his 10 million credit IMDb.
That's perfect, yeah. Y'all gotta look at this camera. I'm just the video guy. No one cares about the video stuff.
And take the cap off, yeah. All right, everybody. Big smiles to count of 3. Everybody do cheese. 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
All right. Hey, we'll be back at their table in just a little bit. Stop on by. Got a lot of neat stuff there. Check on out. Yeah, don't forget to check out that QR code for that podcast. Like I said, tomorrow me and this guy will be in here again at 2 o'clock. Just me and him.
Bring the hard questions.
Right.